Let's talk now to Marina Prentoulis, who's a senior lecturer at the University of East Anglia. She's joining us live from Athens. Good evening to you. How do you evaluate what the UK government is doing now before this deadline of October the 31st? Trying to leave without a deal, or actually trying to coax a compromise from the other EU member states?
I think both are possible, but we have to remember that most British people see this move from the Prime Minister Boris Johnson as an attack to democracy. And that's what we see with these demonstrations today. A lot of the people who are in the streets, they are in the streets not only because of Brexit, but because they see that this as an attack to Parliament. I think on the one hand, what Boris Johnson is trying to do is give less time for parliamentarians to stop no Brexit. But on the other hand, as you mentioned, it is an attempt to push the European Union leaders in order to have possibly some different deal. The suspension of Parliament will be until mid-October. There will still be some time, well, very little time, 2 weeks, but there will be some time for the next move if there was a deal that it could pass from Parliament. But we have also to remember that this is quite difficult. The problem with the deal that the previous Prime Minister negotiated, Theresa May, was the backstop, which has to do with the borders. So it's difficult.
But Boris Johnson can at least warn members of Parliament that they're damaging his chances of trying to get a deal, at least with the EU, by trying to block Brexit. Has he got a point that they'll end up with a situation that is basically irretrievable?
No, the thing is that as a lot of people believe in Britain, and we are talking about a country which has a very long history of democracy, and this is something that the courts in Britain have decided. We cannot go into any situation, any deal, if it doesn't involve parliamentarians in Britain. So this, although technically the suspension of Parliament is not illegal, it has been seen as an attempt to put the Parliament, to set the Parliament aside. So this is a problem now, not only in terms of Brexit, but a problem in terms of democracy.
It all makes Brexit even more complicated and difficult to understand. Marina Prentoulis, thank you very much. Let's take a look at